Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you're new, I'm Rima and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how I dealt with my 2-year-old when my newborn was born. Because of course, those of you who have kids know that some kids can be very jealous. So if you'd like to know how I handle my 2-year-old during this process, then please keep watching. Okay, so for me, if you watch any of my videos, know a little bit about me. I don't have any family nearby. It's just me and my husband, and he's always at work. So I was very, very fortunate that my mother and my sister were here for the birth of my daughter, and they were able to stay with me for quite a while to help me adjust and to help me adjust and just to help me out in general and keep me company. Basically, in the beginning, when I first brought her home, I feel like she thought she was a toy. She thought her sister Sandra was a toy. So she always wanted to hold her and everything. And of course, she doesn't really know how to hold her baby sister, but I didn't want to say no to her because the more I say no, the more she's going to want to hold her. And I would get afraid if for a second I turned my eyes or something and she would try to pick her up, or you know, I just didn't want her to hurt her sister unintentionally. And I did want her to love her sister and enjoy her. So basically what I would try to do is whenever she wanted to hold her, I would let her sit on the couch and I would kind of lay her in her arms. Of course, if she wasn't really gripping well, I had my my hands as well helping her for support. So I would just let her as long as she wanted to, as long as she was calm and holding her. I would tell her positive things like, good job, Julia. Let's give her a kiss. Let's sing her a song. So sometimes we'd sing songs to her. I would say, let me take a picture of you guys, and she would enjoy the attention. So that's one thing. And then I will say with that, that's what I was always doing. And then once I would say her sister she's almost 3 months now. So Sandra is almost 3 months now. So this, I would say around a month and a half, she kind of slowly stopped asking to hold her. Like it just slowly decreased. And now honestly, she'll probably ask me to hold her maybe once a week. But had I kept saying no to her, she would want to hold her. Like, you know, when you tell the child no, like they want to do it even more. So I'm very lucky with that, where she's not asking much to hold her sister anymore. So I feel like I did a good job in that. Keep everything the same as much as we could before her sister was born. So her father would take her sometimes just to drive around, or he'd buy her something to eat. We do take her to the park sometimes. Me and my husband will the park is really close, so I would be pushing her sister and her father would push her. We walk to the park, let her play a little bit, and bring her home. So we tried to keep everything pretty much the same as much as we could. Obviously, before I had Sandra, all my attention was on Julia. So what I had to do to keep my attention on her, because eventually my mom and my sister left. So it was just me on my own. So what I tried to do was, let's say she's playing with her blocks. She loves to play with her blocks. So she's building her blocks and she knows her colors and things like that. So she'd be like, Mama, it's blue. So I would be feeding her sister or doing something. And so because I couldn't be actually next to her talking or playing with her, as I'm feeding her sister, I'd be like, yeah, good job, Julia, it's blue. So things like that, and she would get so happy. So she's playing with the blocks. I'm not right next to her. I'm feeding her sister, but I'm really interacting with her. So it did help a lot. There were times she'd be like, no, Mama, sit, because I usually would sit by her and she would play or whatever. But there are times that I'm really not able to, and the times that I am able to, I will sit next to her and I will put her sister in a bouncer right next to us. I try to have her interact a little bit with her sister, so I'm like, oh, show your sister the blue block. So she'd be like, look, Sandra, it's blue. So basically, I kept trying to keep it as normal as possible without showing that I am giving her sister more attention than her. Because maybe some kids, they don't get really jealous, and some kids are crazy jealous. My daughter was really jealous. She wasn't like that extreme jealous, but she was definitely very jealous. So that's something that I would do before I had her sister. We would sit down and I'd be, okay, it's time to color. So I would give her a coloring page and she would make me color with her. So basically, I wanted to keep that the same as well. So what I would do is if her sister's sleeping, I'd sit down and color. If she's not, I would put her in the bouncer right next to us, and we would color together. A lot of times, like, I feel like she's trying to touch her sister, and she doesn't mean to intentionally hurt her, but of course she's 2 years old. She doesn't know really. So I will see her kind of grabbing her arm and kind of like, she's playing with her, but she's being too rough on her sister. So I'm like, okay, let's sing a song to your sister. So, because that is something that we also used to do before her sister was born. And so I didn't want anything to change. As me and her would sing songs like, you know, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, If You're Happy and You Know It. All those songs, we would sing them. So I'm like, okay, let's sing them to sister. So we would sing. So basically she would stand there around her and just sing songs, and I will sing with her, and I'll be like, yay, good job. I'll give her a high five. She'll want to give her sister a high five, so she tries to hit her hand. So I just kind of hold Sandra's hand while she just gives her a five. She will hug her and kiss her, and also when she hugs her, she kind of squeezes a little too hard, but I don't want to really yell at her because I don't want her to start to intentionally hurt her sister. So basically I'm like, good job, Julia. Oh, that's a big hug, or oh, okay, that's enough, if she won't stop. So I try my best. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you this, like, I'm not perfect. I try my best. Now usually everything works out, but there's a lot of days where I just have no patience. I did not sleep well, and it's been mostly recently, the last few weeks, where I'm just like, okay, can you stop? Like, just stop. I just don't have that patience, and I feel bad. And I feel like when I do that, she wants to touch her sister more. Like, if she's pulling her arm and playing, and I don't, go about it in a certain way and just kind of laugh and joke with her, make it a game, tell her to sing or change the subject, whatever. I do feel like when I do snap at her or I tell her to stop, she will start pulling her arm intentionally. With my second right now, I wanted to get her used to a pacifier. So another thing is she steals her sister's pacifier and puts it in her mouth, and she wants to take a pacifier. Now at first I would try to yell at her and things like that. Like, the more I yelled at her about it and telling her, you're a big girl, we don't take that, the more she wanted to take it. So what I try to do, and it works, just nothing's perfect, so there are times it doesn't really work, but if she grabs a pacifier, I try to be like, oh my god, thank you, Julia, you found the passy, like as if I had lost it, and it'll be literally right next to me. And then sometimes she'll give it back to me, and I'll clap and say thank you so much, or I'll be like, oh, you got the passy, like, give it to your sister. And she'll try to, give it to her sister. Basically, it helps her interact with her sister more. If her sister is crying, I'd be like, oh my god, Julia, can you give her the passy? So sometimes she's just like not in the mood. She's like, no, but a lot of times she wants to give her sister the pacifier. So I try to do things like that. Okay, so also, like, those of you who are stay-at-home moms and you just know how hard it is to cook, clean, do all that, especially with more than one child. So another thing that, like, if her sister's sleeping, or sometimes, like, Sandra's pretty good, so I'll put her in the bouncer in the kitchen, and but Julia will want attention, of course, but I'm trying to get some food ready, or I'm trying to clean something. We just came back from grocery shopping and I put some groceries away. What I'll do is I turn on the music, and I have a speaker, so I put music on. I'm like, oh, hey Julia, let's dance. So we'll sit there and I'll have her dance. Sandra seems to enjoy the music, and Julia will love it. Julia actually loves it too. So a lot of times she'll sit in the kitchen while I'm cleaning, cooking, whatever I'm doing, and I'll kind of dance and sing with her as I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing, and she will be dancing too. And so she gets the attention she needs, and I'm also trying to get some things done. Now, like I'm mentioning all these things, there are days you do not have energy. There are days it's not going to work as well as others. There are times a child is more stubborn than others, but in general, it's pretty much working. So if you have like any problems with your kids like that, those were a few things you can try. Maybe all of them will work, maybe a couple things will work, maybe some days they'll work, some days they won't. So these are basically what worked for me and what I've been doing, and so far so good kind of a thing. So basically, while I'm trying to sweep, a lot of times she has a little broom and a sweep and broom that my brother gave it to her for Christmas. So she sees me sweeping and she'll come right on in and sweep. So things like that just keep her like interactive with me, and you know, her sister will be sleeping or whatever, so I'm able to clean or whatever, and at the same time she is getting that attention, and I'll be like, good job, and she'll basically copy me. Every once in a while I'll buy her like those little activities, something, you know, for $3 or whatever, and you know, she'll play with them. So she's always, you know, getting something new. And when I go shopping for clothes, I'm like, look what I bought you. I just always try to make her feel special, basically. I try not to yell that much at her, but there's just days, you know, you just don't have patience. And I try my best, but we're all human, so we're not perfect. There are some days I'm just too tired, too exhausted. So she has an iPad and I have games downloaded on there. So she'll play games or kind of watch a couple videos. She mostly watches like songs like Humpty Dumpty, Head Shoulders. Like she doesn't really watch shows yet. She just watches like music. So she'll sit there and kind of sing along with her iPad. The only thing that she actually watches is she'll watch TV, and it's pretty recent, within the last like month or 2 months probably. She's into Dora the Explorer. So that's something sometimes if I'm really tired, really exhausted, whatever, or she's just being really bad, I have things to do, or I have to deal with her sister, and I just really just don't have the time or energy to deal with her, I will put like Dora on for her or something just to occupy her for the time being till I, you know, get whatever done. And there was a time period she gave me a hard time eating as well. So I'm like, okay, well, if you eat, you know, I'll put Dora for you or whatever. So things like that kind of help to get her to do what I need her to do. Get them unintended at all. My eyes are always on them. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't beat yourself up about it, you guys. We're all human. Some days we have better days than others, and so do our children. Some days they are very moody and some days they are angels. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe down below and press the bell button if you want to be notified every time I post a video. Also, I have an Instagram page. It is private, but just follow me. And I will accept you, and on there I also post when I post a video, maybe if something new happens or whatever. It's fairly new. It's a fairly new account, so basically it's just like my YouTube Instagram account. So if you guys want to follow me on there, I will have it up here on the screen coming up, or also down below. So you guys, if you have any comments, questions, anything, please leave it down below in the comment section and I'll get back to you.